everyone, welcome back. Today I don't have a real good game plan for what we're gonna do. I was thinking I would probably match my eye look to my shirt. It's got some pretty yellows and a little bit of brown to it. And maybe I'd try that reverse cat eye trend that's going around too. Nothing too fancy today, we're just gonna play with some makeup and go from there. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. For primer, I have been in love with this First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I think with the heat and just how dry my skin is getting, this has just been phenomenal. For foundation, we're going to go in with the Catrice True Skin. For a full foundation, this has really been a good foundation for summer. It doesn't really melt off my face, which is really surprising. Normally, fuller foundations for me tend to melt. And then just like I do with all of my foundations, I'm just taking my sponge and pressing over any brush strokes, and picking up any excess product. Now I'm feeling flawless. Just kidding. I love this foundation. I just feel like it melts into the skin really nicely and it doesn't look like you're wearing foundation, but it covers up all of my redness, which I like. It's just a win-win. For my concealer, I'm going to be using my Jouer, like I have normally been using. And then for my setting powder, I'm going to be using the Beauty Bakerie Flour Setting Powder. This is the one I've been testing out this month, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I do my concealer a little bit differently, so I will apply it with the applicator, blend it in a bit with the brush, and then I will further blend it in with a sponge, and then I will go ahead and set the eye before I move on to the next eye. I know it's a little weird, but it works out really well for me, and I think it helps with the creasing aspect of the concealer. I'm getting bad vibes that my Jouer concealer might be empty. There's not a whole lot coming out on the applicator anymore. I also do concealer down my nose. I feel like the tip of my nose is super red, so I try to brighten that part up. But I do it the same way where I apply it, use the brush to blend it out a bit, use a sponge to blend it out even more, and press any excess product in, and then set it. And then something else I do after this is I will go over all of the powder with my sponge and just help press any excess powder in, or it will pick it up. So I'm left with a seamless skin-like finish. Next, I'm going to set my face. I'm not going to be using any cream cheek products, so I'm going to go in with my Dior Backstage. This is the Powder No Powder. I have been testing this one out too this month, and so far so good. This was a recommendation from Samantha March. She absolutely raves about this one, so you know I had to try it. What I'm really enjoying about that powder is it's called Powder No Powder, and man, it does not look like you put any powder on. But I can feel it that my face is very much set now. And although I don't really need to do this with this powder, I'm just going over everywhere to pick up any excess powder. I really don't like that powdery finish on my face, and going over with my damp sponge just helps to pick up any leftover product that didn't set anything. For bronzer, I was thinking of using my Patrick Ta Contour and Bronzing Duo. I'm just going to be using the bronzer today. I don't really feel like contouring, but I haven't used it in a while, so I thought I would pick it up again. And I just like to start with the cheeks. I do a bit on my forehead, a bit under my jaw and down my neck. And then I also like to take a little on the sides of my nose. I don't do like a full contouring thing, but because I put so much concealer there to hide the red nose I have, I do like to put a little bronzer there to bring a little life back to it. But I do go over it, as it's a powder, and blend everything in a bit more with my sponge. Last week I found my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush again, and it's a really bright pink. I picked up the shade Sublime Flush. a while back, but I forgot how beautiful it is, so I've been wanting to use it a lot more lately. And it's a really bright pink, but it is so pretty. I can't believe I forgot about it. I think for my highlight too, I'm going to stick with Hourglass. I'm going to go into this highlight, and I believe it is the Strobe Powder Glistening Strobe Light. And I'm just going to place that on the high points of my cheeks. I tend to do like a little bit of a C shape around my eyes, a bit on my nose, the bridge of the nose, and on the Cupid's bow. And then especially for my highlights, I take my sponge because I really want to press that powder in so it doesn't look like it's standing off my face. But I am going to put my eyebrows on and prime my eyelids, so please enjoy the intermission. Alright, let's dive into the eyes. I'm a little nervous. I'm not really good at using eyeliner, but we're going to try it. So I picked out my Melt little gel liner pot thing. It's in the shade Spliff, which is a dark brown. Black tends to be a little too much for me. It tends to make my eyes really, really small. So I picked brown, plus my shirt has some brown in it. Not that you can see it really, but I figured that would probably be better for me. And then I also picked out my Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette. And because my shirt is also yellow, I picked out my ColourPop Fade into Hue palette to maybe add a pop of yellow somewhere. But to begin, I'm going to start in my Patrick Ta palette. And I'm going to go into this shade right here, which I believe is called Transition. And I'm just taking a really big fluffy brush for that shade. And I'm going to put it in my crease and basically be a transition color, because there's not going to be a whole lot on the lid. I didn't want my lid to be so pale compared to the rest, like my lower lash line. So we're just going to put a little color in the crease. My nerves are kicking in. If you're not great with eyeliner, don't worry. I'm not either. I still need to build my confidence up with it, but that's the purpose of doing videos like this, is that you can see you're not alone. I struggle too. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. So we're going to go in with my Melt pot. And I picked a pretty small angled brush type deal. So I'm just taking a little bit on my brush. And then I like to tap the excess off in the lid. So you can see I have tapped quite a bit off. I've used this pot a few times, but every time I just use the lids. I'm going to start on the outer corner. I'm not going to do the wing yet because I'm terrified. Really, I'm terrified. So that's my lower lash line. I believe for the cat eye you actually do the waterline too, so I'm going to use the same stuff and try to get it in the waterline. And I'm going to use my sponge to kind of pull my lid down. That way I don't mess up too much of my face makeup. Now here comes this, like, the scariest part is trying to do the wing. That's not too bad, right? Alright, I'm going to do this eye and then we'll move on. Okay, this eye seemed to go a little bit smoother. I don't know why that eye tends to be a little bit easier when I do eyeliner. But this is where we're at. So now we're going to go back into my Patrick Ta palette. Now we're going to go into this shade, which I believe is called Scandal. And basically everywhere we put that brown gel liner, we're going to set it with this Scandal shade. And so I've just got a really little brush. The more I continue, the less and less like disappointed I am of my eyeliner job. Like I think I did pretty good. I'm going to take another small brush and go into this shade, which I believe is called Absolutely. You're just kind of gonna fade out that lower lash line now. I am going to do a little bit of that color on the top of my wing too, just to maybe make it not quite so harsh. So I'm at a debacle now. It's so matte for me that I'm feeling like I should probably add a shimmer to my top lid because, you know, that's who I am. But at the same time, like, does that defeat the purpose of doing the whole reverse cat eye thing? I think I'm gonna skip the shimmer for now. I think I would really like to see how this works throughout the day. However, I'm not done yet, I did pull out my Fade into Hue palette for a reason. What I would like to do is use this shade right here, which is called Bonus Points. And I'm just going to use a small brush again. And I'm going to add a pop of yellow into this inner corner because I have a yellow shirt on. I feel like I should do that. It will also set like that inner cat eye detail thing that I did. I think that looks cute. So I'm going to pop on some lashes and then we'll come back to finish up the lips. I'm gaining confidence with layers. I really like it with mascara on now. But we're going to move on to lips. For lip liner, I'm going to be going in with my Navla Lip Shaper. This is in the shade Nude number 3. Now the hard part is trying to figure out what lipstick, lip gloss to wear over it. Alright, I landed on the Tower 28 Lip Jelly. This is in the shade Cashew. Alright, here is our finished look. You guys are gonna have to let me know how you like it because I'm really liking it right now, but I'm not great at eyeliner. So if you've got any tips or tricks for me for applying eyeliner, I would love to know what your thoughts are. Just remember, I have pretty hooded lids, so the standard version of doing winged eyeliner does not work for me. But if you've got any ideas, let me know. I'd also love to see your looks on using this reversed cat liner look. If you've done it, drop me some comments of pictures. I'd love to see how you created yours and what colors you used. But overall, I'm really happy with this look. It was a little challenging, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone and try something that's different, something that's new to improve your skills or expand your skills, really. So that's what we did today. We expanded our skill set and came up with a look that I think is pretty good. Again, I would love to know what your thoughts are about this trend and what colors you used and what you guys think of my look because, you know, let's be honest. We all have those days where like we're feeling it when we're finished and then by the end of the day it's like, gosh dang it, why did I wear this all day? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Other than that though, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps me out and lets me know that you guys are really enjoying this content. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.